7 minutes. 7 minutes is all it takes to beat procrastination. Understand that most people never start because they think the task would take too long. But what if I told you it only takes 7 short minutes? 7 short minutes that could change everything. Understand that a major reason as to why people procrastinate is because they think the task is too big. They're picturing this task as a mountain, this large mountain. Mountain so high that you don't even know where to begin. You don't know how to climb it. You don't know what you're doing. So instead of taking that first step, instead of marching your way up that mountain, they end up procrastinating. They hesitate. They get scared. They get trapped in analysis paralysis, and they do nothing. And when you do nothing, you get no results. You accomplish nothing. And if you don't accomplish anything, if you get no results, if you achieve nothing, then you are never going to achieve your goals. But realize that the solution to this is actually quite simple, and it lies in committing to literally just 7 minutes. Why 7, you might ask? Well, it's short enough to not feel overwhelming, but long enough for you to enter the flow state, because starting is always the hardest part. But once you start, momentum takes over. Starting any task is very similar to the principle of activation energy. To start the reaction, it takes a lot of energy, but once that reaction starts, it drops down, and it's very easy to maintain that reaction. Your work is the exact same way. Starting the task is always going to be harder than maintaining the task. But once you get into that flow state, once you get that task going, you are going to keep going, and you're going to keep doing that task until you finish it. First, you want to pick the one task that you've been avoiding, that one thing that you've been procrastinating on, that thing that you've been hesitating to do, that thing that's been holding you back for such a long time. You are going to pick that thing, and then you are going to tell yourself, say it out loud, say it in your head, write it down, whatever you have to do. Tell yourself that you are only going to do that task for 7 minutes, just 7 minutes. Step 2. I want you to pick up your phone. I want you to turn on your phone. I want you to open the clock app, go to the stopwatch app, the timer app, and I want you to set it to 7 minutes. Exactly 7. Nothing more, nothing less. And once that timer is set, I want you to click the little play button. And when that clock starts ticking, transition into step 3, where you are going to focus on that task fully. No distractions, no scrolling, no notifications, no games, no Netflix, nothing. Just you and the task at hand. This is the most essential step, because if you aren't distracted, you are able to enter flow state. Understand that distractions, anything that is pulling you away from the task, is hindering the progress of you entering flow state. When you're distracted, you can't enter flow. If you don't enter flow, then the 7 minutes is going to be utterly meaningless. Fully focus on that task, and when you do, you'll begin to lose track of time. Eventually, that timer is going to go off, but you aren't even going to notice. You're going to be focused. You're going to be locked in. You're going to be having so much fun doing this task that time just disappears. Then, next thing you know, you look at the clock, 2 hours have passed, and you've made more progress in a single day than you have in this past month. And let's say you don't. Let's say that timer goes off and you decide that you're done for the day. Well, congratulations, you just built consistency. You stopped procrastinating and you started on that task. You won the day. The reason that this principle is so effective is due to Newton's first law. Objects in motion stay in motion. Once you start, you don't stop until you decide to. That's the power of momentum. All it takes is taking that first step. All it takes is that first action. All it takes is starting, committing to just 7 minutes. And the amount of progress that you make will be out of this world. So if you're struggling to work out, say you'll do it for 7 minutes. You'll end up finishing the entire thing. If you're struggling to study, say you'll do it for 7 minutes. You'll study the entire test. If you're trying to clean your room, say you'll just do it for 7 minutes and you'll end up organizing the entire space. Struggling to write that essay, commit to just 7 minutes and you will finish the entire thing. The difference between those who are successful and those who aren't is that they start, and now you have no excuse. It literally only takes 7 minutes. So right now, get a 7-minute timer and tackle that thing that you've been avoiding. Let's put the work in. Peace.